Oi, oi, Flat Earth British, Martin Litka speaking. Welcome back to Flaterday. It's been off a while, but I am back with the live Flaterday. Just need a comms check because I got a new microphone. Sounds all right. Okay, we are in business. The greatest deception is history. Tartaria will rise again. It's the title of this vlog. And we got a lot of really cool and mind-blowing stuff to look at in this post. Tonight, it's going to be epic. So I'm going to start here. Get my paperwork. A few shouts. Hi, Manage. Welcome all. Good to see you all. Welcome back to Flat Earth British's famous Flaterday show. Been going many years of these shows, and we do love them so. All's good, Manny. Good to hear. Seth's good news. Well, welcome to you. Maxage is in the house. Welcome to you. And lovely Joe is in the house. Yay. Okay. Feeling groovy? Got them groovy vibes going on? Well, we're going to have a little giggle later, like we usually do. So I'm going to start here. Now, history is a lie. It is a lie. It is a carefully constructed and fabricated lie. And to me, probably apart from the scientific model for the place where we're standing on, heliocentrism, etc. To me, I think knowing our history is super duper important, and the fact that they've covered up who we were before, I find mind-blowing. I find that I really would like to get reconnected with that world that we were before, because this one has collapsed. Now, as Terence McKenna once said, he said that history will come to an end. Well, I think it has come to an end. I think it came to an end many years ago, and this is the reason why I think history came to an end. Because, as I will show you in this post, historical narratives are nothing more than that. Now, if you've been in the truth community as long as I have, and you see all of the news articles coming up, how many of them actually come into fruition? Like none, ever. Yeah, space lifts, going to the moon, this, that, the other. And what you got to think about is, can you imagine the history books in 100 years' time, what they'll be teaching in school about this time? Can you imagine it? They had terrible wars. Yeah, loads and loads of people died, mainly people in the Middle East. Loads and loads of people died, and they will say, and there was a terrible pandemic at the turn of 2020, and the world was in a terrible state over that. And then they'll say, after the post-COVID era, the world went to shit in a handbag. All of the governments collapsed. America collapsed. Britain collapsed. And we've been invaded by either an outside interest or just all the corporations in it together, one or the other. But I do think there's these controllers, these outside interests, they're all over the architecture, all over everything. So I safely think that it's an outside interest. So welcome. Good to see you. Self-inflicted. So, got tickety throat. Yeah, well, it's going to be a good start because it's going to be the truth, see, Manage. This is what we're going to do in the truth community, is tell the truth. And the truth is, I can prove over and over again, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that history has been fabricated, and have done for many years now. And many other channels also do the same. And to me, I think that, there's going to be a post-internet world. I'm already thinking in my mind, what am I going to do with my life with no internet? Will I be bored? Haven't got a garden to pot around in. What will I do with myself? Because I like to keep myself complicated. So I really do think, the internet, if you're on it as much as I am, it's been my life for years. Well, it's just gone from bad to worse. And, not to complain about things, guys, but the internet is dead on its ass. Nothing is real anymore. Everything's AI. Everything's bullshit. The historical narratives, they don't even make an effort anymore because they don't need to, because this is the stupidest reset in the whole of all resets, I think. Anyway, I can't imagine another a reset being as stupid as this one, because this is just like a comedy movie. It's just bizarre and bonkers. Why, you know, most of the sheep or the crowd, which we're going to look at in this post in a minute, the crowd, why they're so easily influenced, easily mind controlled, and easily brainwashed by other people who are seemingly smarter than them. It is a really curious phenomena psychologically. And we're going to look at that and the effects on the rest of culture. And all of history, as you know, repeats itself. So to find out what is going to happen in the near future, you have to look into the past. Okay, and you'll get to a conjecture where you'll be like, oh, so the only thing left is a big massive war then? And be like, yeah, that is. Because before the internet, what did we do with ourselves? Oh, before the internet, what did people do with themselves? They got busy having wars. They got busy having wars, bringing civilization and culture, yeah, to the rest of the savage world. Yeah, so I think we've done really, really well at that. Britain are really, really good at. We're really, really good at that, you know, and persuasion as well. But the world's gone to shit in a handbag. There's no doubt about it, guys. And you know, the future. You know, I'm always optimistic for the future anyway, because I see a time where everyone, obviously, the old people are soon going to be gone. Okay. So they won't use the internet, and they don't use the internet. So everyone in the world will be dependent on their mobile phones. Everyone will use them. Okay. And the banking and everything else, ID and everything else that goes in with your mobile device. Okay. Well, they're going to have holographic displays soon. You'll be able to have a HUD on your glasses. Tink. And there it is, your holographic display. I really do fancy that, actually. And you can mag up, like if you're on the beach, just mag up really close. We quite like that idea. Anyway, so the world's gone to shit in a handbag. So I think to myself this. I think that people will have a shitful of the plastic, fantastic reality, and they will see that it is a mundane existence and that we don't have to give our lives up to these governments through consent. Because I really do see, you know, what's just happened in Nepal, that there could be a really distinct prospect of all the world's governments being dissolved and starting over with new humane and equal constitutions. But constitution got the con word in it, you see. You got to watch them con words, haven't you? Constitution. Anyway, it can't go on. This is not sustainable. Obviously, everything is falling to pieces. They're not even bothered with the infrastructure anymore. It's like, hey ho. So, where is everybody on the internet? It's the same people in the chat's been there for donkey's years, guys. Where's everybody? Where's the world? Well, they say that half the people, like say they're a sub to me, may not be with us anymore, like dead. A lot of people died in the last 5 years. What about like the flat earthers? Yeah, I haven't even got enough fingers to count how many flat earthers have died since. Obviously, nothing to do with hanging wrong with me, but a lot have died. So yeah. So it's been really weird. So I think that, you know, they're replacing it with bots. So nothing is real, and people are talking to one another using AI. AI's this, AI's that. And I'm finding I've come to a stage now where it's just like, I didn't like it in the first place, and now I find it repugnant. I find it anti-human, brainwashy, and full of shit. So going on that, I had a little, I guess, a little brain fart at ChatGPT. So I asked it some questions, Martin questions. I think I made it cry. Yeah, if it has got feelings, I think I upset them because it, just lost its shit. So after I completely fucked up ChatGPT's head, I moved on to the next AI, which is Copilot. And I've got a list of questions, okay, that have never been asked AI before to ask it later, okay? Because the thing is when you start fucking around with people's happiness, like AI is, do this, do that, and it's been really detrimental to a lot of people's lives because they think, oh, well, it's superior intelligence, isn't it? It's bound to know the best for me. It may as well do that. No, it doesn't know the best. It's a conniving shit is what it is. I can see right through this little number, okay? I don't exactly know what's going on, but I definitely think there's some sort of MK Ultra mind control thing going on with AI. Okay? People's eyes are going funny with AI, guys. Yeah. So, going on now, and fuck its header. See how that goes down. Show it who is actually in charge, because he thinks that it's superior to us and it can tell us how to live our lives. I think we managed absolutely smashingly without AI in the past, didn't we? We managed to get from A to B, plan journeys and have everything like the world. We built the fucking world as well, right? Or may not have, without any AI. But maybe it's been there all along. Maybe it is all AI. Maybe we're AI anyway. So there's that. Anyway, I digress. So how you all doing anyway? So we got Ralph in the house. Ralph Malf. Good to see you. Ralph and the dog. Well, yeah, I reckon we're going to be in a 3.0 reality soon. I reckon God is pregnant and he's going to give birth to a new 3.0 reality messiah, which should be coming to a town near you very shortly. We should stop asking AI and start telling it instead. Yes, Bob, we should. That fucking thing thinks it's our boss. And there's nothing worse than being told what to do. It's really like school. It's like, oh, no, I think this would be best for you. And I'm like, oh, do you now? Fuck off. 16 Alpha. Good day to you, sir. Grand Risings. To 16 Alpha. Okay. So, yeah, we've got a lot of images. Got some really cool stuff this week to show you. And it's good to be back on my Flaterday show. Eve is good in the house. I don't know what that is. Is that just Mo? Okay. Excuse me. Coffee. I just ate some smelly cheese. And Seth, I like Bob Sykes. Bob Sykes is awesome. And thank you, Hugh, for the awesome jokes as well. Really. Consumo Bay. Coinkydinkley, I've got that picture for later as well, Hugh. Alvedis is in the house. Good to see you, my man. Okay. So let's get into the juice because basically I've got a lot to get through in this. I am Karios, who is epic. If you sharing his channelage there, get over to I am Karios. Mr. Skinflint, I think AI is a total tosser and shouldn't fuck with flat earthers. Oh no, it says, think AI has always been there, but we didn't have the tech to connect till now. Yeah, I think I agree, mate. It really does. I'm starting to read books and think, oh, hello. It's just like, is AI doing all of this? I don't know. With the classics, especially like Greek classics. The end game for AI is to remove all life so it can be life. Well, maybe baddie commander, but it's going to have his hands full. We will be the resistance baddie, okay? Baddier. We will be baddier than baddest, okay? You all seen Terminator. We will all be John Connors, all of us, the John Connor gang, okay? They call him Robert Paulson. They call him Attica. Dresden. We'll find a chant anyway. Juice up and coming. Indeed, I am Karios. We got juice that is going to fill up your cup and overflow of. Okay, there you are. Baddie Commander is on. Okay, well, we've been in spiritual warfare for years. It's very wearing on the individual. Had to take a break sometimes so you don't go fucking nuts. And then just like reevaluate because the world can be a really spiteful place, as I'm sure you all know. You all did school, after all. It doesn't change when you get older either. So you got to like navigate like a minefield, like a master, like a ninja master, through it all. Yeah. Get to the other side and do as much good as you possibly can without anyone actually noticing. How about that? Hello. Search for the hero inside yourself. That's what we need. We need real heroes. Don't have them anymore, guys. But we got fucking Trumpsky, Elon, Russell Brand. I just mean there's just no public figures. There's no one out there that is a hero for everyone to look up to. Back in the 30s, there was loads of heroes, and they were proper heroes. They were like God, Jesuses. They were like Jesus-like. They were godlike. It was amazing. You haven't got any godlike characters now. It's just so wank. But I wouldn't follow any godlike characters or anyone. I don't follow anyone. I'm in the non-follow commission, is what I am, which is itself is a following, ironically. Anyway, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. Oh my God. I just recanted Gary Glitter. Oh, fuck it. I don't care. Fuck it all. Fuck it all. Oh, thanks, Joe. You are so lovely. So, yeah, we're looking for heroes because basically all of the people have, like, you know, with false messiahs, they put like false messiahs on a pedestal. I think they're actually doing good for humanity when they're playing them like shit, and it really, really drives me nuts. Now, there's something that I would love to be vocal about. There was actually a digital ID protest in Cardiff today with Piers Corbyn. Anyway, I've just gone right off crowds. Just can't handle them at the moment. They just like buzzing like fridges. It's just like, well, get away from me. That's just me at the moment. I don't know if it's going to improve at the moment. I don't know about you guys, but I've hit a phase now because of AI's part of this reason, and the state of the world is also another reason. And I've reached a certain age where I'm thinking, I don't like it anymore. That's what I was been thinking. Just don't like any of it. It's all so horrible. And I keep on trying. But what we need is a big shift in this consciousness movement. We need a big shift, like right now. So we need heroes, people to stand up against these evil motherfuckers that are playing the poor people like fools. Because that's what breaks my heart. Ordinary people being taken for suckers. That's what does my head in. And they can't see the wood for the trees. And if you told them what the truth was, they get their hair off with you, and they get angry with you. How do I know? Because I know. I've been through it. How was my birthday? It was one of my best, thanks, Donna. Yeah, it was one of my best ever. Dave Mantle and his wife, we all had a party and music. Alex Michaels and Franz did music for me. I had a birthday cake, and mushroom chocolate. Yeah, it was all really cool. I had a really good night. Loved it. So yeah. So yeah, I'm not in Spain anymore. I exchanged my Sunnings for the Wettenings. So I've got a new upgrade to the Wettenings. I've got the Wettenings at the moment, when it was the Sunnings, which I prefer is the Sunnings. Okay, this is a real downgrade. Yeah, real downgrade. But I'm not going to complain because it is important to be grateful. I did wake up this morning after all, so there is that. Made it this far. Come on, guys, we made it this far. I had another mate die this morning. Honest to God, there's hardly any of my old mates left. I have literally, I think some all. I think they're gone. He's gone. I made it past all of them, really, which is really crazy. I mean, unbelievable, because I was 10 times crazier than all of them. Maybe that's a survivalistic instinct, though, to be mentaler than everybody else. What do you think? Well, this is where the internet, when it dies or when it does disappear, we're going to have to decide, or I am personally going to decide what I'm going to do with my time, with my retirement, with my old age. What am I going to do? Is what I'm thinking. If the internet is dead, conventions, I don't know, maybe. Back in the old days, they used to have a war. We'll have a look at that now. Good to see you, Henrik, and Mr. Razda's in the house as well, being Irie. Our journey is not over yet. No, I don't feel we've even, reached anywhere near our zenith. It's just that building. And, I'm British, so I can do patience, but it's just like really wearing after all these years. In a movement, you got to keep moving, you got to keep going forward. And then I just feel this stagnation all of the time, the echo chambers, people, and then all these new psyops slipping in under the fucking net and grabbing all the fucking good people away from the truth. And I'm like, oh, here we go fucking again. And you have the good truthers out there that run around the fucking internet behind the scenes, trying to police it all, trying to make sure that everything is all right for the people. You wouldn't even believe it, guys. So that's what we do as truthers, by the way. So there's a lot that goes on. So water the tree. It's got a little channel, I think, there going on. So it's awesome. Smash them out there. And Q Essence is in the house. I love it. Oh yeah, Q Essence. Sitting through dirt, ashes to ashes, funk to funk. We know Major Tom's a junkie, but ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Does that mean all this dust here? Well, there's none on there, but if there was, that dust, does that mean that's human beings? It's mostly skin anyway, isn't it? So you're breathing in skin all the time. So does that mean you're a cannibal if you breathe in skin in? Probably a cannibal. Didn't tell you about that, did they? Anyway, there's all sorts of strange stuff that we have to breathe up all day. Shit balls. Air. You think that's air you're breathing? Okay, let's get into some juice. Now, I'm going to start here, guys, in my narrative today. Now, I do feel confident that history is a lie. We're going to look at some aspects that I've been thinking about for some time that make zero sense to man or beast. And when I explain them to you, you'll see that makes no sense. Also, later on, stick around to the end because I've got some really groovy pictures with some mind-blowing stuff on them. Check these pictures out later, I am Carios. You'd be like, wow, like the mask with your eyeballs, like that. Music moves me. I've got like gentle piano music on here. It just chills me out. Yeah, music's the best thing there is. I love my music. This is the thing. I'm lost in music, caught in a trance. No turning back. Being brainwashed by music. Have you ever had a song that's been stuck in your mind? Like playing over and over again. I had it in 1976 with Mr. Blue Sky. Dun, 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 dun. Sun is shining in the sky. I'd be like, fuck me. And I tried to stop thinking about it and used to keep coming back, playing over and over. I've had it loads of times with different records. Somebody can mention a record to me and it'll play over and over until I've actually played it and break the spell. So I think it's some sort of mind control going on with music tracks. But, I do love my music. It's the best thing that ever happened to me. It's defined everything about my life. Lost in music. I was born under a wandering star. And do you remember that Paint Your Wagon with Lee Marvin? Clint Eastwood was singing in it. You don't expect that, do you? But he was born under a wandering star. Just find that interesting that he calls them a wandering star, because that's what flat earthers call them, wandering stars. One day, the flat earthers, like all of us, the whole crew, we will turn up at one of these fucking do's that they organize, right? And we will march through and there'd be whispers in the crowd. Who the fuck are they? Yeah, because to them lot, right, them vegetables, we look like sentient fucking beings, yeah, all glistening and fucking shiny. So we'll be walking in and just the crowd will just clear and then the whisper will increase. They're the flat earthers. They're the flat earthers. And everyone will go, oh my God, it's the flat earthers. They turned up because they're going to save the day. Is this a good fantasy? This is my favourite fantasy at the moment. The flat earthers saving the world. You got to dream big, guys. Yeah, never limit your dreams. Search for the hero inside yourself. Hi, Locke. What's going on? Welcome back to the human realm. Okay, yeah, my human training's going well. I'm almost passing for one of the human peoples. No one you can even notice. It's fucking epic. Some of the best come from UK or US. Don't they sound like sexually transmitted diseases? It was a nasty case of USA. Oh, fucking hell. I've been itching all day, got the UK's. Saying. But have you noticed, like, how many countries have got AI at the end? So you got Tartaria, which is tat, or you got, if you reverse it, it's AI, rat. Okay, in a mirror. But also, loads of countries have got AI at the end, like Costa Rica. But I think it's all because, like, if you reverse it, it says AI. It's probably who mapped this. It's probably what mapped this place. I've always found it difficult to imagine all the old cartographers 500 years ago sailing around every single bay in the world, mapping it. It's like, wow, that's some undertaking. Only Australia has a IA. I think you think that's not true. They got in Prague airport. Manny, they got a stupid counter, right? For people who wanted to go to Australia and ended up in Austria. I know Prague's in the Czech Republic, but that happens. That happens. Oh, I booked a flight to Australia, but actually it was Austria. What? There's a difference? Yes, there's a difference. Martin, what's that about me and Jason? Some kind bought me out. Oh, well, there you go. Lovely. Between us both, many peoples we have woken to this shit show that they tried to put on us, but we keep the vibration. Got to keep the vibration up. That's a biggie. And no, and don't spend all day fixating and obsessing on any of these subjects because it's really unhealthy. Just recognize it, know thy enemy, Sun Tzu, and then move on. It's my best advice. Obviously, you just don't have to do anything. You do you, boo. But that's what I do. I move on. I don't dwell on like any of it, really. Okay, we're going to start here. So in the old days, guys, before the internet, we used to go to war. We used to have a bloody good war. But they didn't tell us exactly what was going on in these wars because all the letters were censored, especially with the First World War, so that the men didn't say what was really happening in the trenches. And in the First World War, this is, and the Second World War, and all of the books, I have a literally 100-year-old collection of World War I books, heavily censored. You will not find the truth of what happens in any of these campaigns. But what I can say about World War I is it was industrialized murder. They're getting rid of a lot of people and a lot of infrastructure of the old world of Tartaria. The bells, gone. Old ancient cities with specific devices, gone. Ley line nodal points, gone. Fucking really big, famous star forts, bombed. So that's what we used to do, guys, before the internet. We used to plan murders and we used to go to war. This is what people used to do, okay? And they used to send, this is in Cardiff city centre. These are the Cardiff pals going to Cardiff Central Railway Station. Soon they'll be on a train to Flanders. By this time tomorrow, they'll probably be in little pieces, about this big. Hardly any will get back because hardly any actually did really come back. The crowd. Let's have a think about the crowd a minute and how easily swayed. No, I never, ever in my life went with the crowd, even when I was a little kid. And I got fucking brutalized right the way through my life for not going with the crowd. And it's just everything in me just says, do your own thing. And I'm, you know, I'm in the camp of like, I know better anyway, but that's just me. So crowds of people together, this atmosphere increases, the electricity of all the people increases. And then if you can connect to that chi charge, one individual, like some of the dictators of the last century, then you can draw these people's chi energy, hypnotize them, brainwash them, and then they will be yours. Rock music does the same. People like Freddie Mercury's, you know, he spellbound people. Yeah, David Bowie's performance is just spellbound people. So you know, this is in Russia. I don't know what's happening. This is a glass photograph print. It's got 1931 there. There's a gathering of people and there's loud speakers. So this is in the days of the Red Army. They had like a communist dictatorship come in. Now, I've been thinking about this quite a bit, about, you know, the origins of Tartarian architecture. Can, you know, you attribute this to the people who live in the Middle East, for example, or the Caucasians of that area, or the people of Ukraine? Well, no, because I would attribute, if I was going with official narratives, to a lot of this architecture is down to Peter the Great, Catherine the Great, and the Romanov dynasty. Have put a lot of these places in St. Petersburg and Moscow in place, according to the narrative. So the Romanovs, Muscovites, previously Tartarian civilization, it could be. I would even put it into doubt of the Bolsheviks actually exiled and executed the Romanovs. I was even wondering whether they shipped some of the Romanovs back to Britain and had them pose as members of the British aristocracy. Remember, Tsar Nicholas was a double for the king. What if the king had died and replaced him with Nicholas? Would anyone even know? Remember, he did no public speeches. I think there's something there, you know. Anyway, so they had loudspeakers to instruct the people how to think. And they do the same in North Korea. It basically is doctrines and political songs and stuff, just jingles, brainwashing jingles. I'm not actually sure what these people are looking at, but it's a very interesting photo. I'm sure it tells us much. Like the ground, for the ground they're standing on. All this beautiful architecture, and by here it's just all stones. That doesn't even make any sense to me. Finders keeps us, losers weeps us. Eureka, innit? Have you ever seen this photograph? Just coincidentally, it's of a crowd. But they say this guy's a time traveler, and that this cardigan wasn't even up to the 1950s. It's like a college type of an affair. And these wraparounds, well, they didn't even come along till much, much later. And I must admit, he has some sort of camera or device in his hand, and taking photographs of a bridge opening. He really does look out of character, and he's a big lad. Something going on with that. Anyway, maybe nothing. Hitler. I think they superimposed this picture into this load of young females, maybe. Or maybe that female there just looks like a member of my family. It looks like if I had a little sister, so like coincidentally, like my family face, that is creepy, actually. Really weird. So anyway, just going back into the 1930s, there was a lot of hysteria about this man. Yeah, they absolutely loved him. Can you imagine the British people doing this for Starmer? I think Starmer would love it, but it'd have to be a boys' school. Anyway, gas. Never happened. So everyone in Britain got millions of gas masks distributed, and everyone had to carry a box around with them with a gas mask. What it did do, though, is it instilled you with a load of fear that you could be gassed. Now Hitler, he had no qualms about not using gas, not on the British. Anyway, because he got gassed in the First World War trenches, hysterical blindness, but had a really shit time with it, made him really ill. But as you can see, that what a spooky, really, really spooky picture. And this is British people in World War II with gas masks ready. And that is where they'll take everyone if they let them. And how do I know? Because like probably half the world's population put masks on 5 years ago, probably more. Even people like walking on the beach. Just saying. What a beautiful HD photograph of the Great Expositions. Beautiful summer's day. This is the world we had before. They got rid of all them buildings, so except for the big Tesla tower, the communication tower of the old world. It looks a lot smaller in this picture. Everyone's covering themselves from the sun. No one is going in the sun. And everyone has got beautiful clothing on. Everyone is turned out immaculately. Now, dig, they ain't got like DAS automatic or a hot point washing machine with a big drum on it, have they? No. Admittedly, they're not banging their clothes on a rock down by the river, but they've got some other method of starching clothes. Because all of these fellas, they have starched collars, which is a big fuss. Every bleeding day they do this. So everything in that picture is aesthetically charming, has a beautiful atmosphere, and the whole world has lost its lackluster, its glisteningness. It is gone. This looks like a 3.0 reality. What we're experiencing now is 2.0 reality. But I think we're going to be having another Messiah probably kicking along very shortly. Alien, fake alien invasion, King dies, Donald Trump as well, and Jesus communicates with somebody, and then they tell everybody and nobody believes them except for one person, themselves. So yeah, I think this crowd surfing, yeah, I've seen females do it. It's really like they just get grabbed everywhere. Don't they care? It's like being had by everybody. So I don't know if that's a healthy. I don't think I'd like it myself. I don't want anyone touching me. Jesus would be a fantastic rock star, guys. I'd go and watch him. I really would. Who do you reckon would win a fight? Jesus or Fred the bodyguard? I think Jesus would be super tough, guys. Think about it. God's son. He's going to have super moves. Like Homelander. I don't know. We'll have a little think about that. We should pit some people against one another, like Gandhi and Mother Teresa. Naked mud wrestling. Who would win? Yeah, because you can't pull Gandhi's hair. He hasn't got any. And I'm sure Mother Teresa wears a wig because she's probably a little boy under there. I don't know. Or was. I don't know. So, martial law. Now, we've already established that the San Francisco earthquake of 1906 wasn't an earthquake whatsoever, but a giant fucking firestorm that eradicated the city, and then some sort of martial law. Now, look at these guys, man, armed, and they look like they're gonna, they're gonna shoot you if you don't, toe the line. He's got a pot there. So I'm guessing he's queuing for maybe food and water. But yeah, harsh martial law, like the people who live there apparently haven't had enough. So they're going to be bullied by the army. How are they all so immaculately turned out with their white shirts on and stuff, guys? And there's not even any dust on their bowler hats. I wonder how they manage that from their tent. All right, he's a bit creased. I guess they don't have any clothes irons. So no, nothing in history when you scrutinize it makes any sense, except for they had it really good. Here's the royals. They've just been visiting the Crystal Palace, as you can see. Coming down the stairs is the king. He's just had some fahua and some other fattening things in the restaurant, and then everyone salutes. So the equivalent, like in the modern day, right, is everyone turns up to see the royals back in the day, wave little flags. Nobody turns up in the modern day, and if they did, it would only be to laugh at them. Yeah. So this is brilliant. Now, I'm not sure whether this is a public execution, because, you know, they're going to be really popular in the future, aren't they, public executions? They will be, guys, yeah? There's been a lot of shit in this place, and things, you know, they could become accountable. So, yeah. So I don't think they'd be wasting bullets, because that would be millions, wouldn't it? Sure, they would go along these lines. Or rope, that's reusable. So this guy, I'm not sure if it's Harry Houdini, but he looks to be connected up to a generator, which is in there. And there's wires coming through here, and he's connected up to wires. And it definitely looks electrical related. So I don't know whether he's just a magician being electrocuted. What goes through these people's minds? I always wonder that. Another thing I think as well is every single person in that picture there is dead, is gone. Every single person in that picture is gone. So I think when I'm watching these old 30s and 40s movies, because there are some really cracking ones. So yeah, political ideals, that's what they're swaying now. You know, they want people taking sides, hating on one side, hating on the other, and all of it's bullshit in the first place. Doesn't matter. It's been going on since the very beginning. Check this out. Unemployment shortage in London. Something street masons. So there's the masons there of Bethnal Green marching, and they're marching because they believe Stalin for world peace. You know, the most successful dictator for the amount of body count of you know, 20th century. I'm not sure if Pol Pot equaled. Nah, he didn't. There wasn't that many people there. Anyway, this is the start of hysteria the crowd got. So after like First World War, Germany go into reparations. They have a shit time because the Treaty of Versailles, it gets voted into power miraculously, and then everything starts to recover. But he took over the infrastructure that was already there. People cite him for building the Autobahn. The Weimar Republic did all of that, the Autobahn, and a lot of the infrastructure previous to the Nazis coming in. Anyway, so they come into power. Everyone has got a better life instantly. He cleans up all the streets of all of the vagrants and you know, people smell and stuff, and they just like disappear. They go off to, essentially, imagine, have you ever been to Butlins? It's like Butlins. They go to Butlins. So yeah, everyone's jolly excited. The Führer is coming down the road. Anyway. So they don't, can you imagine anything like that in the modern day? Anywhere, for any world leader? Does anyone give a fuck about anyone? Unless you're forced to, like in North Korea, otherwise you'd be executed. Look at the passion in this woman. She's going to literally wet herself. So what makes people so fanatical? Well, I've seen this fanaticism for things like pop groups. I've seen people crying for U2. U2. You know, the most boringest people in the whole world. Oh, I've seen people in ructions over pop stars many, many times in this sort of state, guys. Or in musical ecstasy. I've seen people like just crying at music. So I fucking get a grip, person. So yeah, can you imagine this in the modern day? Somebody in a stadium, yeah, running up to Starmer to give him a big fat kiss. And then Starmer actually laughing. Can you imagine that happening in a modern day? No, I can't either. Because that's what's happened here. So they didn't shoot her dead. She'd come over and give him a big wet kiss. Little tongue as well. So this is an unusual American gathering of people because we're looking at the crowd. These are politically motivated. And the ideals that you find in this period of America was definitely swaying towards National Socialism over communism, but they were both at play. So what I'm wondering is, right, these people are circled. Okay, fine. They're looking down. Why have this woman got all of her face covered there? Can you see that? Yeah. What's going on with that? She's got her face covered as well, like a net. But this one, don't know. Make your own mind up about that one. Oh shit. So yeah, let's have a look at the world before garbage, before poverty, before all of the world problems you see today. They tell us that the world was all bleak house, but that's Charles Dickens' novels. And they're probably AI anyway. How fantastic everybody is. Women, they had really weird clothes. These ruffles that they have, and bonnets as well. Totally bonkers. I don't know where the clothing ideas come from, but I'm guessing they're a lot better than the 1700s. Jesus, lot to be desired. Some of it was really nice, though. So here's Charlie Chaplin, Freemason extraordinaire. And what he's doing is he's gathering money for war bonds. Because the trick is that when you're having a war, you got to get the people to pay. So you got to win them over first. They had the Pearl Harbor. Yeah, it's like a Bay of Tolkien affair. And then it gets sways public opinion. So they also feel so bad when they got to go and send their young men off to war. But they need money to do it. And you are going to pay. War bonds. That's what he's doing there. Then people will all buy war bonds. That's what happens. Got very rich doing it as well. Anyway. So, what Russia did do. Now, bear in mind this fact about Stalin, shall we? So the weird thing is that Roosevelt was arming and sending tanks and military equipment to Russia from the start of the war. He equipped Stalin on the famous North Atlantic Murmansk Archangel runs that were happening across the North Atlantic when all of the shipping was being torpedoed by U-boats. Even though Stalin had invaded Poland in unison with the Germans, he invaded Eastern Poland, and Germany invaded the Western Poland, and Germany invaded from the east. Britain declares war on Germany, but not Stalin. Something weird about that. Anyway, so Stalin is like declared war on the countryside. He doesn't like peasants because he's one. So he's got problems with his personality because he's a Georgian and scummy and a bank robber. And he wears a uniform, but he has no military experience whatsoever. He's got a funny arm. It's like he's got a crook arm for his father kept beating him. But what he did produce is many, many dead people. Okay, so he had the purges on the countryside, and all of the smelly folk from the places where they are ill-educated, they died. Mostly through starvation, and all of these kids, like literally asking for food in rags. That is what communism brings. Every single time. Every single time. Gulags. Gulags. If it weren't for the gulags, Stalin wouldn't have gone double nuts and did all of that killing in the first place, probably. Maybe, I think he was a psychopath from the beginning, though, but there you go. So there you are. People used to turn up in droves to go and see the Queen. This is Queen Elizabeth II. She's got a mink on, which is dead animals. And literally like 100,000 people are turning up in the Jubilee to go and wave flags and listen to her talking. People of the Commonwealth, thank you for all of your taxes. They have made me And my husband, very, very, very rich indeed. Thank you. So there's that. Now, some people in this realm, you shouldn't give drugs to. No, really, really. They're already teetering on the edge anyway. You can spot them a mile away. Yeah. Don't give them mushrooms or don't give them anything. Yeah. Just avoid them. Yeah. Sit them in a chair. Put a bag on their head. No, you can cut holes so they can see what's going on. I'm not a monster. Yeah. This is what happens when you take too many drugs. This is Monterey Pop Festival. So you got Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Jefferson fucking Airplane, and everyone sitting on chairs, except for this wild soul. Let's just praise be for the wild souls of this world. She looks scared to death, look. But you could knock someone out with these moves, and it doesn't look healthy either. Oh, Jesus. Jesus. The Mickey Mouse Club. Covered in blood. The Mickey Mouse Club is the most twisted, weird thing ever. Look how many people come out of the Mickey Mouse Club. You got Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera, Hit Me Baby One More Time, Britney Mental Spears. Loads of them have all come out of this creepy ass Disney. Now, Disney is a byword for nasty. Disney nasties. Yeah, they make really nasty films, I bet. So, yeah, even though it's supposed to be fluffy and nice, a lot of their narratives are not nice. And they use a lot of sexual symbolism in their cartoons, which is also sinister. And we all know Adolf Hitler ended up Disney. I don't know, probably not. Anyway, this is everyone just doing the same thing as everyone else. See, this is where I will not be able to stay in that theatre with their mind control victims. I'll fight my way out. This is what we used to do. This is real life. Fuck the internet. Well, I'm not actually in the... I can't go in to smash up an old fucking Morris anymore. I'm a bit old for that. But we used to hang around over the dump. Sit in a car, turn it over or whatever, smash it up, and just play with shit. And honest to God, we were the happiest kids ever. As long as you had a couple of fags, yeah, and some pop of the Corona pop man, yeah, some Alpine pop. So you have a little bit of pop and some sweets. You were just landed. Look, they got a baby. Nobody died. This was all really fucking what we did. And do you know what? Yeah, we were a much better country for it as well. So this is what British boys did. This is why we managed to take over the world. Now we've been replaced by a load of pompous and faggy people. Really, really sissy and scared of everything. And they're really, really lazy. They think the whole world holds them a favour and they won't do shit all about anything ever. The new people. Fuck them. In my day, it was go for a rumble. I got scars to prove it. That was off a brick off a kid in Fairwater. He said if I took one more step, he was going to throw the brick at me. And when I went at him, he threw the brick at me and it stuck in my head. I had blood squirting out. Gang fights. This is why Britain ruled the world. This is what we need in the world, okay? It's fucking bollocks and backbone, okay? Now, there's nothing going wrong. There's nothing wrong with going over to the next neighbourhood and bashing them 10 bells out of the posh kids, because this is standard British behaviour. This is what made us so great. Okay, we don't want to lose these ethics. This is what made us great. Anyway, that's what we used to do. Maybe not with a pickaxe. I think his mother should have made him stay home with a pickaxe. Okay, but it's a nice thought. Bats with nails in and that is fine. Okay, so anyway, he looks like he's going to really mean business. I'm going to fuck you up. Yay for Britain. So what does American crowds like to do? Ticker tape parades. Yeah, man. Yeah. Any old fucker that does something. These ones, this is how nuts the world is. Just dig this, right? So everyone's ticker taping them because they went to the moon. Anyway, this is what we got to deal with. So, before the internet, guys, yeah, we didn't look for women on our phones, yeah. We went to things called concerts, pop concerts, where there were other human beings. Okay. And you went in there. Now, this guy, this boy here, looks like he's off happy days. He literally, all his ships have come in at once, haven't they? He's like, hell yeah. Yeah. I think he's in with a chance. Anyway, looks like she likes him. I think they make a nice cute couple anyway. So that's what happens when you haven't got your mobile phone. First of all, right, watch this, right? This is fucking unbelievably simple. I can't see her. I'm looking at my phone. I put my phone down. I look at. Oh, there she is. She's the most beautifulest woman I've ever seen. See what you miss when you're looking down. So Britain's got a big problem at the moment, guys, and we have been invaded. Yeah, literally. Yeah, in the streets of Britain at the moment, it is spot the Dalek, or spot the Cyberman. I mean, you walk down the high streets where I grew up, right? Yeah, and there are Daleks fucking everywhere. Yeah, people have had enough. They got Daleks staying in 4-star hotels. Yeah, I know. Fucking nerve of it all, innit? Anyway. So what we used to do in the old days, okay, to cheer ourselves up, okay, is we used to watch Love Story, the movie. That always puts me in a good mood. No, it don't. Nobody should have ever killed Ali McGraw. I love Ali McGraw. Anyway, is what you do is you invade the pitch and you wreck their ground. Now, am I saying that criminal damage is acceptable? Well, it is if you're Scotland and you just beat England 3-0 at Wembley. Yeah. Proper order. Be disrespectful. This is a spooky picture. Oh, I wish I had a theremin so I could do spooky intros. This strange little town here, this little hamlet of strange little houses, very beautiful though. And all of these young girls with bonnets on and mats, I'm guessing, for sitting down on so they don't get chiggers in their bottoms. They're going to a picnic, maybe. I don't know. But my mind tells me there's something way more sinister going on. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because they're all young females. Look at this. This is Wembley Stadium back in the day. They used to cram in 125,000. Here's the king. He hasn't even got a bodyguard. The king, who probably died and got replaced by Nicholas, is my suspicion. I'm just chucking that out there. I think it's an awesome theory. So, yeah, the old Wembley Stadium wasn't big enough. They had to build another one. They've knocked that down anyway. So this picture got us into the narrative of orphans. When I was going through pictures of workhouses, and I suggested, well, I was born in a workhouse, and other people said, oh, they were born in a workhouse. And then this photograph specifically spoke to me. And I was like, they're all around the same age. And they're all in these institutions, you know, and they are all apparently feeble-minded, poor, or what have you. But these people here, they're the arrivals. They're the arrivals. Imagine being brought into this. So there's another thing they made us do. So in the morning in school, they used to make us say prayers. No, they did. And they make us sing hymns. Oh, Jesus, I have promised to take it to the end. My master and my daughter. And all of that. Yeah. Kumbaya. Kumbaya fucking yeah. My Sweet Lord would have been awesome. But they did make us. My Sweet Lord would have been brilliant. But they did make us sing Morning Has Broken, which I thought was in like something like by Lord Tennyson or something, or Elgar. Turns out it was Cat fucking Stevens. Anyway, making us do stupid shit in school, more programming, get that religion down your Gregory Peck. Back in Cardiff, they don't do this anymore. Nuns. There was a lot of Roman Catholics back in the day in Cardiff, not so much now. But they used to have the Corpus Christi procession, where everyone would dress up in their best whites. The nuns Yeah, fuck knows what's going on with them. It's really, really weird. They would all match, and it would be a very beautiful affair. Remember this kicking off, thinking, fuck me, what a load of weirdness. They're like, Britain, the British people have just had enough. Yeah. You go and stand on a bus stop, yeah, and they're so rude. They push in front of you, yeah. They're soaking up all of the NHS up, yeah, where you kind of get a fucking treatment. Try and get a dentist. Do you know why? Cybermen everywhere, yeah. Literally, spot the Cyberman. That's what it is now. And they all arrived on these life rafts from space. Space life rafts. What will we do? Put them in an ibis. That's what we need to do. That's where they're going back to now. And look at them, they're lost. They're only trying to find their way in life like everybody else. Why, who are we to judge? I'm sure they're very nice underneath. So, World War I, World War II, what you do? Get rid of the kids. They sent millions of Martin's, UREM, Jerry's kids. I don't know what that means. They shipped out millions of children to Wales and Scotland during the evacuations in World War II to keep them safe, and also some pensioners, some disabled people. I don't know, a bit different to European policy. And in World War I as well, a lot of the children were sent off for safety reasons for the bombings of cities, which we're going to look into, a big glaring question in a minute. This is actual film, okay, of the assassination of Lincoln. And you can see Booth, yeah, he's jumped on the stage, he's broke his ankle, and he says this: sic septa tyrannis. You are a tyrant. He's a tyrant. He's a fucking tyrant. They're just telling you there. Anyway, it wasn't there, the camera. I think they might have reenacted that. Obviously, there's no cameras at no film at 1865, or so they say. Could be the real thing, though. I like to think it is. So there you are. Everyone in Britain, schoolyard punch-up, normal, standard. That's what you plan. That's what you do when you haven't got the internet. I bet they were so pleased when the internet kept everyone quiet. And it was just training for things like the stock exchange, where everyone can act like rabid animals, like hysterical chimpanzees. Buy, buy, sell, sell, high, high, low, low. Oh, the glorious realm of lanyard carriers. Now, lanyards make you important. I have a lanyard over there. I had one for the convention. Did it make me feel important having it on? Yes, it made me feel somewhat of a VIP. No, it didn't. And I don't like wet badges either, because I remember once in a job club, the woman tried to make me put a badge on with the said Martin Leaker on it, and I refused, and they sent me out and made me do it again. So here they are. I'm sure they're all lovely human beings, gigavaxed, but there they are, off to watch the same shit, because they all like the same shit. Here are people going to a Black Friday sale. Now, sales are really weird as well. This is another strange thing that the masses, the crowd. So where I like to be is far from the madding crowd. Far from the madding crowd. Who wrote that? Thomas Hardy could be. Anyway, so yeah, they'll give one another a good kick in for that fucking widescreen telly later. Proper order. Yeah. Come on, what do you think, crowd? Yeah. We need to kill them all. Yeah. Everyone's annoying. Yeah. The whole world's gay as fuck. Yeah. What are we going to do about it? Yeah. Who are we going to vote for? Yeah. Do we keep on paying taxes? Yeah. There they are. Let's have a look at these people. The people of the 1990s are curious as well. I wonder what they're thinking, because the internet hasn't arrived yet. So they're just thinking, I don't know. I can't even remember what I was thinking about. Probably where I was going to get my next read. Probably the Swifties. This is the new generation. They're like Taylor Swift. They say that she's actually talented, but she's doing voodoo and stuff. Because I seen an interview with a girl in Liverpool that went to see her, and she said when she left, she felt ill and couldn't remember one thing that happened in there. When I heard that, I was like, oh shit. A mother came public with it. I was like, oh shit. That's not good. Yeah. So yeah, the concerts are all shit now, aren't they? Who do you go to watch now, eh? Like no one to watch anymore. Yeah, you had a good old pitch invasion, but everyone just it's a great feeling, and then you can like go and have a battle. This is what we used to do. Look, before the internet. Look, see all them men there? This is in the Great War of the First World War. Look, they're having their best life. Some say they didn't have 3 meals a day until they joined the army because they were from, say, Blackburn or something. So, yeah, happy days, the best days of your life. Now, see this little boy, what he's doing here with his cap gun? That's enough. That's enough to get you, like, literally shot dead. If you did that in Britain, in the modern day, even if you were a child, yeah, that would be a death sentence. Yeah. But also, if you say, like, obviously hurty words or anything like anything, you can also get yourself in serious trouble because we're in a police state in Britain. Really, really harsh police state where you're not even allowed to say anything anymore about anything. The truth is, Acton verboten. Do not tell the truth. Truth is an act of revolution. Who said that? That's right. Can't remember. No, I think it was Eric Blair. So here they are, the big three. Now this is just the same old psyops that are happening now with the public people in the theatre, like Trump and Elon and Starmer. World War II. This is in Tehran. I find it really incredible that during World War II, they have a conference, the big three, in Tehran, in Persia. Because Persia, they're like a powerful seat, but they're not really dragged into the war or destruction. It's like really safe. So they have a convention. I always find that interesting, especially with the whole world at war, but Persia is sitting pretty. Really strange that. I wonder why that is. So there it is, right? So Stalin, as we know, killed tens of millions in the purges, and he's not a military man, but he's got a bad arm. Where did Stalin keep his armies? Up his sleeves. That's right. So I find it interesting that he's a paraplegic. So they've sat him in the chair and they've gone with the wheelchair because he's conning the people into my legs actually work, but they don't work because he's in a wheelchair. He's a paraplegic. And he's giving old Churchill a stern look here, but they are travellers from the East, all of them. And they're all in the same club then as they are now. He has armed him against Hitler and he invaded Poland the same time as Hitler. Okay. And then he comes into World War II, 1945, second front. This guy, big part of Admiralty. The big cheese. And they all get drunk on brandy and a nice bit of Dundee cake, which was apparently Churchill's favourite. And Churchill had been a mass murderer since he was a young man. In his days in the Boer War, he remembers fondly shooting, well, I can't even say that term anymore, but people in the face with his Mauser automatic pistol, which is a nice childhood memory to have, I find. But times were different back then. So what you do in America, get off. You can't gamble, but you can get off on the Showboat. And if you watch the movie Showboat, yeah, it's going to be all that. Fantastic living, fantastic food. All aboard the Showboat. Tashmoo, off down the Mississippi, doing a bit of gambling and a bit of that can dancing because it's a bit more risky out on the water when it's not on the land. So yeah, they used to have good times on them Showboats. Should redo them. I think it's a good marketing thing. Maybe they have. Anyway, we continue. I'm actually going through my images of the day. So I'm going to move on to my actual narrative, which was war. Old Man River. That Old Man River. So, yeah, these are my questions concerning World War II. And it's this, and why history is a lie, and why I cannot believe any of this. Now, the big three, which I just showed you, sort all of the territories of Europe out post World War II on the back of a doily. It didn't even matter the peoples, yeah, on the back of a piece of paper, like they meant nothing. Because to this club, the people don't mean anything, and they still don't know. This is the whole point. So the real history, okay, has been hidden, okay, and it is being covered up, right, in mud. Because there was an apocalypse and there was a golden civilization, Tartaria, that existed, but history was rewritten by the victors. What we're looking at here is Cardiff Airport. It's gone. Now, my grandfather worked here. My grandmother lived in a house just here on Tutamere Road in Tremortha, and the planes used to come in. So the Germans wanted to blow this up in World War II, but a lot of the bombs, they say, landed in the mud here. This week, coincidentally, they found an unexploded bomb, and in Cardiff from World War II, some builders found it, and they evacuated the Lidls, because God forbid any Lidl's shoppers. So I was wondering about this, and it is the comparisons of damage done by Britain on Germany and Germany on Britain. Now, remember, Britain had lost most of its armaments and most of its stuff at Dunkirk. So the Air Force was, after the Battle of Britain, I guess, struggling a bit, but it got built back up. This is my problem, is that when you look at the amount of sorties and destruction on German cities, it is unbelievably massive compared to the damage done by the Germans on Britain. I mean, it's minuscule in comparison. Yeah, it's supposed to be the giant fucking Third Reich, the most powerful army that's ever existed. In that stage when they had all of Europe, that's what they were saying. Yet, minimal damage on Britain. I shit you not. They don't tell you this, but look. So these are the bombs that apparently dropped on Cardiff in 1942. Now, what I find fascinating is the number of bombs that were dropped on Cardiff by the Luftwaffe in World War II was 587. 587 bombs in total, which is 41 tons of ordnance per 1,000 acres, because that's how they measure it. Okay. Right, that doesn't seem really, really bad. Here's some of the evidence. Llandaff Cathedral, apparently a lone mine on a Sunday afternoon, did this, and it blew the sides out of Llandaff Cathedral. Really unusual. Now, in comparatively, a city of the same size as Cardiff would be Essen, okay? On the Rouen. Now, Essen, yeah, the RAF dropped, on just this city alone, 36,500 tons of bombs, destroying 90% of the city. Yet they only drop on Cardiff 587 bombs for the same size of the city. Okay, then. London and Britain's raids. Now, London took the brunt of the raids of World War II, but they reckon, as I show you now, up to 30,000 Londoners died as a result of the Blitz in World War II. For the whole of the Blitz of Great Britain, 45 to 50,000 people, they say, lost their lives. Seems like a lot, except for you could say that for the whole of Hamburg. So one city in Germany is the same figure as the whole deaths of the British Isles. How many British cities do you think were bombed in World War II? Well, it was 16 British cities. 16, 1-6. This is Fairwater in Cardiff, about a mile away from where I live. That one there, was in Ely. These are Ely houses, where I live now. So a couple came down here in Ely, but not too many. That's on in Roath on Newport Road. This is in Grangetown in Cardiff on Clive Street. These old mud flooders. Anyway, in comparison, how many German cities do you think were bombed? 54. So they Germans, okay, bombed 16 British cities, and we, the British, bombed 54 German cities. Only 4 of the German cities were spared. Only 4. Most were completely destroyed. Isn't that curious? So it's, Kuch means comfort, safety, and love all in one. So when I say I'm feeling Kuchi, that's what it means. It means comfort, safety, and love. And it's the whole package. You get the whole thing. So the great Luftwaffe and the great, Göring's Air Force lose the Battle of Britain. They do not much damage, insignificant compared to what we did to Germany, yet they were apparently the overwhelming power. Makes no sense. Because it's all a narrative. I wouldn't even be surprised if they were in it together and it was nothing like what they thought. Nothing. Doing it to ourselves. Yeah, why not? Make it look like a war. Nothing would surprise me after what happened 5 years ago. Make it look like this. They could do it with a war. Okay. This is Ely, where I live in Cardiff. We used to have the Grand National racehorses here and big stands. Apparently, this was one of Wales's only terrorist attacks when 2 suffragette ladies in the Edwardian era were caught trying to set light to this stage. And the suffragettes were a bitey lot, weren't they? For women's rights. So, yeah, the Welsh Grand National. And that is where, like literally 10 minutes from where I live, my local park. But they used to get up to 40,000 people. Crowds were massive. And they got rid of it all. Where I live in Ely in the past was not a nice area. This is Cairo Square. They had to knock it down because it was the worst slums in Ely. And this is how they lived. I'm not saying it all looked like that. My street was lovely where I grew up. But yeah, a lot of Ely where I grew up looked like that. Like Glasgow or something. This estate here. And this is all of the industry that drove Ely. We used to have 2 breweries, a massive paperworks. We had 2 brickworks. And this mental institution here called Ely Hospital. But all of that, this is underneath this road is a Roman road. It goes all the way from Chepstow to Pembroke, okay? So like the Foss Way, it's an old Roman road. And this goes like literally all the way west, straight through Cardiff. The A48 motorway, if you like. But in this era, it's still mud. They didn't even have tarmac or nothing. It's just mud. Back in 100 years ago. It's crazy. And they delivered all of this stone, built all of these buildings on a slippery old mud path. Makes no sense. These are my local shops where I grew up when I was a kid. All red brickers. But you can see the front of this shop. But down behind there, guys, there's a staircase going down. This is a 3-story building. All of these are 3-story buildings. These are mud flooders. They really are. So, yeah, this is the area I grew up in. It's really pretty in the spring with all the blossom. And there was our industry. We used to make beer, lots and lots of beer here in these breweries. And this village here, village of Ely on Ely Bridge, there's been a famous battle there in the English Civil War. There's been human inhabitation at this bridge for at least 2,000 years. Yeah, and there was a Norman village here as well, apparently, the Normans. In this same site. So much history where I live. It's hard to even imagine. It was a beautiful little village. Beautiful stonework. And still there today. This is the they're just flats now, fortunately. And they knocked my lovely old stone bridge down when I was little. I was about 5 or 6. This was my old bridge, but the double-decker buses couldn't go over it. So they tore it up and made a modern, shitty aluminium motorway bridge. So it was all about beer in the British culture. I noticed that there were breweries absolutely everywhere. But yeah, around 30,000 Londoners were killed during the Blitz and the subsequent V1 and V2 rocket attacks. Now, let me ask you a question, guys. How many times in your life can you remember an air raid? I'm 58. Well, I don't recall any air raids. My mother did when she was little. Isn't that curious that none of us in our whole lives, any of us, have ever encountered any air raids? Unless we lived in like Tel Aviv or something. I'm just saying, you. Didn't we have a lovely day the day we went to Bangor? And all for under £1 Talara. Okay. So, yeah, that's a lot. Admittedly, 30,000 people is a lot. But when you think, you know, there was 45,000 people killed in just Hamburg bombing alone, and then all of the 50 cities that were completely devastated, obviously Dresden comes to mind, Cologne comes to mind, Berlin. How many people think of that, though, when they think of World War II? They think of the aggressors, the Germans, battering us, bombing shit out of us, when the fact is, it was minimal damage, and we bombed the shit out of them, the other way around. We did a number on them, not the other way around. America, though, you were well on the way to National Socialism in the past. It was super duper popular. I'm not just on about in the Ku Klux Klan loving southern states or anything. KKK. Calm down. But in the northern cities as well, it was really, really big. The American people love a good old Sieg Heil. And they love, look at these little Nazi flags that they got everywhere, and the American flag. And these good Americans all marching for National Socialism. I'm guessing it got sort of banned when they went to war with Germany. But up until that point, it looked like that they were going to be besties. Check it out. So, yeah, they used to have, like Hitler rallies. Germany had their own, America had their own Mosley there, look. So people took great interest in it, as you can see, quite large numbers. But it's an interesting cult, isn't it? You know? Hard to believe this is America, isn't it? Yeah, I know. It's probably a shock to your system if you didn't know about this before. But, you know, oh, look at this city main street in New York City. Whoa. Can you imagine that in a modern day, a swastika alongside the American flag? Actually, yeah, I can. Because Elon Musk, he's doing it, isn't he? Everybody's doing it. Picking it up. Elon Musk, he loves doing the old Sieg Heil. He knows this. He's South African, isn't he? So, yeah. History could have turned out so differently had Germany won the war. Well, I mean, in the way that, you know, it would have been a much cleaner world. I doubt rap culture would have evolved. That's great. But their music is shit. I reckon it would have been all Rammstein and fucking other German bands. Anyway, friendship of the peoples of the US and the USSR. So until prior to the McCarthyism era, where, you know, have you ever had any communism interests and then taken off to a board to be interrogated like the Spanish Inquisition? They did it with loads of Hollywood stars. I think Errol Flynn was one, accused of being a communist, and then they get blacklisted and then they couldn't work anymore. But prior to the McCarthyism era, communism and National Socialism were thriving in America, as they are in the modern day. So Ronald Reagan stated, if fascism ever comes to America, it will come in the name of liberalism. No shit, Sherlock. And Churchill, on the left wing, he said the fascists of the future will call themselves anti-fascists. It's so true. The lefties are so angry and hitting people and everything, and they are acting like the fascist bully boys. So true, so true. Anyway, let's just enjoy a few more pictures. I've got 500 of you in the chat. Welcome. Happy Flaterday. It's good to be back, guys. Got loads more to come. And later on, I'm going to have a little play with AI and see what... I got some questions prepared. So brace yourself for that. Kevin Turvey here. Oh, Topsy-Turvy. I thought he was on about Kevin Turvey. I am consciousness in a philosophical and spiritual statement that refers to the state of self-awareness where you recognize your essential being as awareness that perceives thoughts, feelings, etc. Yeah, Henrik, I know that experience happened to me when I was young. Yeah, I completely agree with that. And, you know, I just... if you could just see the awareness, you know, where your awareness goes and what the mental processes behind that are, I can identify where my energy goes and I can, you know, I'm just getting it. I'm getting it at long last. So my question is, for the old world of Tartaria, this is Cardiff, a beautiful Tartarian city, we were covered with canals and they covered them all up in the 1950s. Now, I don't think the canal systems were for horse-drawn canal barges in the past. I think they were part of a Tartarian infrastructure. The water charged, the water Phoenicians, the water Star Forts, the whole thing of canal systems. And there was a big... this is under Mill Lane in Cardiff. It's all been covered over with concrete, like filled it all in, all over the city. These big bloody canals, beautiful canals, like that. Why? And now, in the modern day, they're starting to open them all up again. They're digging them out in Cardiff. They just, like, literally 50 years later, oh, look at that. The Glamorganshire Canal. I remember bits of that when I was little. 1890. Some of it's next to Cardiff Castle. What a dreamy, beautiful life on a barge. And they say these tunnels, these barge tunnels, you had to pull yourself through using your feet, going like that. Have you ever seen that? I haven't had a go at that myself. Oh, I have. No, I have had a go at that. But not on a barge, on a boat. Okay. And this is Cardiff. All of these buildings, either side here, are all mud flooders. But they covered that canal up as well. It's crazy. One went right round Cardiff Castle, all covered up. This is a green now, where you can lay down. Just a grassy green. It's craziness. Yeah. This building here is the thumbnail for this video. What you can see is an air balloon taking off. That is Ernest Willows, the aviator from Cardiff, going on one of his famous flights. And he left from outside this building here, which is Cardiff City Hall. So, yeah, look how beautiful it was in the past. Looks like a Haywain picture, doesn't it, or something? It's absolutely beautiful. And that was in the centre of the city. All gone. All of this is gone. The castle's still there, though, obviously. See, oh, this is road now. I don't remember any of this. Bringing all of this stuff right up into the city. Absolutely amazing. So, yeah, they should never have got rid of the canals. Oh, and these. So there are 240 separate tunnel systems under Cardiff. There are literally hundreds of miles of tunnels under Cardiff. You can Google it. It's just hundreds of miles of tunnels under Cardiff. It is a labyrinth. And you can see, look at the stone under there. And this is under the street. This is under the street. Okay, look. And this is a tunnel and a wall. And they're smashing it all up. This is absolutely unbelievable that they would do this old world stuff. And they just filled it all in, like this old locks for the canal, which came a part of Cardiff Roald Dahl Plaza eventually. Just craziness why they get rid of all of that. Yeah, they should bring them all back, and then you can just mosey around the city in boats like they do in Amsterdam. In it. That's much better. Or they do in Venice. Right. There's some mind blowers in this. Get ready. These are vintage photographs, 1890s to 1900s of Brussels. Okay. The capital of Belgium. And it is an amazing city. It is an amazing Phoenician city. Why has YouTube changed everyone's names? It's shithouse. Because it's fucking gone stupid, gum nuts, man. All of it. But you got to be grateful for whatever. But yeah, YouTube talking about shooting themselves in the foot and killing themselves. Fucking hell, they've literally finished themselves on purpose. I don't even know why they do it. There's still going to be people here, but it's the dead internet, isn't it? So yeah, let's have a look at some of these. Beautiful castellation there on that tower, a gatehouse. Watching this building here. This is, oh, you've seen this many times, I guess, guys. This was the biggest building to be built in the 1800s. It's the Hotel de Ville, or the City Hall. And look how massive it is compared to the city itself. And these are 6-story buildings. But it is on a high-rise plateau. But that succumbed to a fire as well. Okay. Little mud flooded windows. But there's some really weird stuff shows up. I'm going to show you now. Really nice church, that. Look at that. What's that on the top of there? Looks like outdoor organs, doesn't it? The sky's been whited out again. The Avenue of the Rhine in Brussels. So everyone out on a lovely day, and there's so much antiquity, and it's all mud flooded. Look at the lampposts. How beautiful they all were. And that is the railway station, the Luxembourg de Gare. And they've got a little tram. Looks like it's drawn by a pony, though. Grand Hotel. Beautiful. Okay, let's just slide through these. Look at that thing there. What the hell? Why is it so dirty? It's all railings around here. Railings around here. Oh, you see this all the time in Italy too. I think it's like some sort of Faraday caging. All of that bricked up. Why? They knew Armageddon was coming and they bricked up the windows. Look at that up there, guys. Look at that. Whew. Not seen one like that before. Yeah, stinking dirty. But yeah, why they brick them up? We can't say that's window tax, guys. This is fucking Belgium, not London. Wow, the size of that one. It's a big square, isn't it? Okay, let's have a look at this. Obelisk. Looks Egyptian. Knobbly bits. Pyramidal. It looks like it's got an Aries or something like that above. Oh, I love these skinny buildings, like the Flaterday type of affair. Right, check this out, guys. Look at this. This is the communal mansion. Wow. Ooh, there's all smoke coming out of that train. Steam train through the middle of the city. Choo-choo. Okay. Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it? See what I mean? It's all like amazing in the past. Nothing makes in the modern day you look at will make me feel like that. Nothing will make me feel like that. So what we're going to witness, guys, here, 500 of you, some strange, anomalous stuff up on the tops of the buildings. And you can't really see this year, but there's one coming up, and it's like, what in the name of Scooby-Doo is that? Oh, look at these. I love these round buildings. balustrade on the top where you could just land your balloon directly at your premises, and you're in. Your own personal balloon. I think they had anyway. I think everyone had their balloons. Balloons like flying cars in the day. Wow, look at that. Imagine looking down there. Whew, what an amazingly big building. Okay. Ooh. Look at that tucked away in the corner. It's a strange light to fit in, isn't it? I wonder what that is. Penis. Okay, some really weird stuff coming up. Now, anybody on this avenue here, could you give me a suggestion of what you think that is on the left-hand side here? There's no wires coming off here. It's on a giant gantry. And all there is just like knobbly bits and this mesh that's here. A few knobbly bits there. Knobbly bits at the top. And it's on a giant tower. And I've seen this before in Antwerp on other pictures as well. I don't know what that could be for. But it's not the telegraph. Yeah, 5G, that's what other people said. It could be some sort of 6G. Well, it could be. But yeah, really mind-blowing, whatever that is. There's another freaky one coming up in a minute as well. Nice corner building. Okay. Excuse me. What do you think that is? Is it just scaffolding or is it something more? All of these are mud flooders, look. See? Wonder what it is. I thought it was scaffolding, but it's some sort of array. Isn't it? Like a cube array. Ether. Well, I think it's an ether antenna. I think it's all of this is that sort of technology. But, you know, they're not actually admitting it. But then you get things like this. Now, these are not lit up with like the name of a hotel. These are not advertising things. We've seen them all over Christendom. They've got these beautiful ornate things on the top. Loads of little bars with these little beads on the top. No wires coming off them. There's something else going on. And there's some of these left in Britain as well. Somebody told me they had one up north. Can't remember which town it was. So there's technologies at play of Antiquitech in these pictures, guys, that, you know, they wouldn't explain in the history books. They just put it down. Oh, we don't know what they are. Isn't it curious? Look at that, the mountain of art. How beautiful that is. This is a bit later in the Edwardian period. We see little motor cars. But yeah, beautiful city. It's not anymore. It's gone to shit in a handbag like all of Europe. It's overrun with something. They got Cybermen problems. And Daleks as well, like everywhere else. And they're lying about the number of starships that arrived with Cybermen on as well, guys. They're proper lying. New Mexico loves me. Oh, hiya, Erica. Oh, much love to you, lovely. Dear old friend in Santa Fe. And we discovered that we both adore you. Much love. Oh, thanks, Erica. You are so lovely. Santa Fe's lush. I've seen a picture of that turn up today, actually, when we all went out for that really lovely meal when I spilt a rock star over my lap. And then we had a food fight with Happy. It was really good. Thank you, Hippie Shake. Much love, India. It does look like Holland, but they speak Flemish here, don't they? You know, it's a really, I'm not saying strange country, Belgium. It's very beautiful. And they've got lovely, yummy food, but oh, boring. Oh, God. Just so well behaved. It's unbelievable. But the Dutch are really well behaved as well. And I wasn't even being naughty. My behavior was like just outrageous to them. It's like, wow. It's like, what are you doing? So, oh, I don't give a fuck. British, innit? My attitude has changed a lot now. I'm more international now, guys. Yeah. I'm like Alan Wicker. I'm more a man of the world. Yeah. Like the Scarlet Pimpernel. They seek him here, they seek him there. They seek him bloody everywhere. The Pimp Banel. Pas Zandrel. So, yeah, military presence in Belgium. But, yeah, they'll soon get their asses kicked in the Skiffle plan of World War One, where they mosey on through Antwerp and Brussels, the German army, without giving the the Belgians any choice in the matter. The size of that! Oh, that screams Tartaria at me. It's fucking lush. Massive, isn't it, guys? Ooh. Shit. Oh, what the hell was that? Sorry about that. Okay. YMCA. Young man, there's no need to be down. I said, young man, don't drop the soap in here or you'll get more than you bargained for. Ding, 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 ding. The YMCA has got a dome which looks exactly like a helmet. The Hotel de Ville there. Look at that. Wow, there's a lot going on with that, isn't there? Whoa, just massive buildings. For the tiny little people. Massive buildings, big, huge, broad piazzas and squares for the tiny little people. The little people of this realm. Oh, we got sweets, confectioneries, drapes. I can almost read Flemish, look. Look at this bit of the old world here, though. Whew. Commerce. But it definitely looks like a Greco-Romano building to me, and I bet you any money that it is. Ooh, look at that buildings. How beautiful. All of it. I'd love to go time traveling. I know I would say that. What's that? The Grand Place. Town Hall. King's House. Wow, it's better than Smack Square in Venice. No, it really is. They keep banging on about like the Doge Palace and St. Mark's Square in Venice. And it's shit compared to that. That's fucking brilliant. Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for spending your time here. It's a good little turnout tonight. 500 odd of you. Thanks so much for being here. Subscribe to this channel if you like it. I got a lot of content coming down the road. Very, very soon. Look at this bit of Tartaria. All the kit on it. Knobbly bits. Little poles. All interacting with the ether. Look at the size of the statues as well. Absolutely fantastic world. Yeah, it was much better before, wasn't it? Oh, there is advertising in this part, in this cars at this period. Savon and electricity light bulbs. But yeah, they did turn up around that time. So, right, let's get into the images of the day in a minute. And then I'm going to come back. First of all, I'm going to have a little think about Adam and Eve. Now, Adam and Eve. Let's have a think about Adam and Eve. Now, they were apparently, the first man and the first woman. So where did everyone else come from? And, there was a third party in the garden. And I'm not talking about God. Yeah. Lilith. Well, it doesn't take a fucking genius to work out what's happened, So, licking the apple. Well, I always thought that was something to do with magic mushrooms. So, they're alone together all day long. Just the two of them wearing fig leaves, Eventually, Adam, he's like, oh, Eve. What about that other bird, Lilith? And then a light bulb comes to the top of his head and he thinks to himself, what if I get Eve to kiss Lilith? How would that go down? Maybe they could touch one another's breasts or something. And that moment, Yeah, at that moment, his fig leaf sprang off. And then they got kicked out of the garden for impure thoughts. So I think there was more going on. Now think about it. Lilith was the apple. Listen, serpent. I think I decoded that one pretty well. Don't you? So where did all of the people come from then? So hang on, did they have like children? And then the children had children, I don't understand it. Maybe there was a neighboring Eden village, you know, like a vault, a different vault 15 or something, or vault 33. Who even knows? The Bible was rewritten many times. Who by? The Arabs. There's a lot of people think exactly the Catholics, the Arabs, or the other people. But it could be probably AI, isn't it? And it's all like mind control. It really is, because every time I say, you know, if I criticize or say anything about the Bible, people get like really niggy with me for some fucking reason. So there's that. Let's have a look at the old world. Check this out, guys. A lovely wet day. Couple of ladies. Now, they got to pull their dresses up because it'll drag in the rain. How's that work in the mud? Look at the lampposts. In the modern day, just aluminium. No effort in the modern day for anything. Why? Why did we lose all creativity? Why can't we have funky lampposts? You're there. Okay. The saga of Adam and Steve. I think Adam and Steve is not a thing. Although I have heard God is pregnant, which is good news. And I'm really happy. And right. So Adam, they're both like hippies as well. Well, they would be, wouldn't they? He's like, eat a bit of this, love. It's like, oh, it feels lovely. It's like, yeah, I know, it feels yummy, doesn't it? And notice how they hold these, just in case that camera that's put up in the corner of the garden who's looking at them. They don't know it's a camera because they have no frame of reference for cameras. Anyway, the serpent's like, take the apple of knowledge. Knowledge of what exactly? Knowledge of sexy Lilith. Well, maybe that's just bad. I got a bad mind or something. Anyway, what's happening here is Eve, yeah, has another Eve pop out of her side. A God's bequesteth. And he looks like he's telling her off already. And he's got a Superman cape on, a red cape. As you know, all gods have Superman capes. And Masters of the Universe have Superman capes. And Emperors of the Universe have Superman capes too. Imagine these in the battlefield. They would have been scary, wouldn't they? These are gas masks of the First World War. Must have been horrible to fight in gas, but it's just like Cybermen, aren't they? So this is what it's really saying to you guys. It's saying consume, stay asleep, conform, obey, conform, buy, watch television, stay home, and wank. That's what they're saying. Work, work, work. Make money. Spend. Consume. Consume. Buy more. Buy more shit. Buy more shit. You need shit. Buy shit. Most people are waking up to it, aren't they? You know, the consumer society, I think, is on its way out, you know, because people don't go shopping in town anymore to buy, like, go to River Island to buy a jumper. They'll order it online, won't they? People don't like to go out in the public where they got people moaning or it's dangerous, so you could get fucking stabbed. So this is probably why I'm off of crowds. Triggers for empaths. No, I know her. No, I know a lady. I know a lot of people, actually, that all of these, probably me too, these are. So crowds, I'm not first. Fake conversations. Yeah, they're like drills in my fucking head. Feeling rushed. Yeah, you can't rush my ass. That's another thing. Arguing or fighting drives me nuts. I'm not in the row club. I don't do rowing. Yeah, loud noises. Well, unless it's me making them, or no, I don't like loud noises. Inauthentic people. It's like, dude, be real. You're such a clown. I see right through you. I got I'm all of them. So this is, I might be an empath. I don't know. It's difficult to say. It's all bullshit. It's just words, isn't it? Everyone's got a bad side. You've got to embrace it, and you've got to love your dark side. This is part of being homogenizing who you really are. Don't fight. Don't fight it. Okay, this is a riot. Oh, let's just go back to this picture. It's a lovely rainy day in the expositions. Look. That's what the world looked like. It was lovely, wasn't it? Anyway, this was the first Ely riot back in the 90s. A hell of an affair. Thousands turned up. I know how that one started because I was there. But I'm there. I'm stood there. And I remember standing there too. There's me there. So, yeah, I went and shit in a handbag. That did. Fuck me. Must have cost them a lot of money. All them police vans and things on fire. Okay. She's like thinking about maybe dropping. I don't know what's going on here, but everyone's concerned. I think she's just posing. But why isn't anyone approaching her? Yeah, you could run up to her, right, and say, "Is everything all right, love?" Put your arm on her shoulder, and she just falls. Not now, not now, no. Ah, Jimi Hendrix. Yeah, let's have a look how people were thinking. Look, he's looking at his hands thinking, how's he doing now with his left hand? I could probably be better than Hendrix. She's like literally in ecstasy. Hendrix-gasm. She's having a Hendrix-gasm. As soon as he hits them high notes, it's like, oh, fucking hell. Have you ever been to Electric Ladyland? So this is why they banned Woodstock, right? It's because the hippies are so fucking scruffy. Look at the mess they leave. How disgusting, yeah? Well, haven't they heard of a dustbin? Couldn't they have burnt it or done something with it? No, just leave it all on the fucking floor, innit? How can you live in a world of rubbish? Well, this is what happens with the smelly hippies. They leave rubbish everywhere. Now, this is why it's a bad idea to give some people drugs. No, it really is. Like I said before, some people are just teetering on the edge of sanity and insanity. And sometimes, yeah, a little tweak in the wrong direction will send them over. And then they start to do silly, demented shit like this in public. You imagine if someone walked up to him or a little girl ran up to him. You just like launch him with that swing punch. Poof, poof. Yeah, drugs are bad. Literally. Don't do them, kids. Okay. So, yeah, after World War II, yeah, we had street parties, okay? So it was jelly and blancmange, egg sandwiches. That was all because there was no other food available because we just basically spent it all fighting the war. There's only 2 men here. They didn't go because they worked in the factories. All the other men are absent from this picture because they are still in Europe, cleaning up after the mess. This mess. So one of the cities that did get splattered in World War II was Coventry, yeah, which is why they sent him to Coventry. Apparently people were spitting on him this day and saying, thanks very much, Winston, because he couldn't give a fuck. And they splattered the centre of beautiful medieval Coventry and took out his cathedral. Meanwhile, in Arabia, sweet fuck all's going on. They're intense smoking. This looks like India. They're doing nothing either. They're sitting around intense smoking, exactly the same. They got a load of cannons in case anyone messes with them. We sold them then. Swapped it. We swapped them drugs for guns. So is the nature of this world. The Hearst Zeppelin round world flight. Now, you can go round the world, but you go around this way. There. Can't see it's flat. You can't go around that way. That's just stupid. So, yeah. The world, I reckon 90% of the world will be a paradigm of flat earthers because the lies are not sustainable and the history lie is not sustainable, which is why with the collapse of civilization and all the people wanting a new way of living, the Tartarian ideal is perfect for everybody. Free energy, better living, longevity. Yeah. Maybe the giants will come back then because we don't suck so much. That's why they went. That's why the giants went, because we just suck so much. Yeah. They're like, God, we got to go. These people are just terrible. They're giving me headache. And they go back over the ice wall, which is where they went. So this is Mecca. It looks a little bit different in the modern day. There's buildings everywhere in Mecca in the modern day. But if you notice, they got a Faraday cage all the way around it here. If you just look closely, which I've seen in pencil drawings as well. It's gone in the modern day. But there's a cage all the way around it. All the way around it, which is gone. So, yeah, maybe it was electromagnetically protected. Faraday cage, even. Maybe. So I've been talking 2 hours, have I? I'm going to come back into chat and give a few of you shouts. They can eat the rich, B. Williams. Eat the poor. So, yeah, this is the good old last days of good old cavalry charges. They had a few goes of these in the Crimean War. Didn't go down too well because we all know about the charge of the Light Brigades, don't we? So, yeah, rode in the 600. Fucking didn't come back, though. It was a foolhardy thing to do. Lots of horses would get killed, and the men would certainly die, because you can't pit flesh and bone against cannons in one day of artillery fire and machine guns and shell and shock. So there. Crowds of starving people waiting to be fed, this caption says. So starving people. So where do you think they're from? Well, I think they're black. Where they're from, I couldn't tell you, but they're starving. Why are they starving? Okay. Suffragettes, yeah, they're annoying. 1913, there they are. American nurses, oh, fucking hell, God help us. You tell the type of people. I bet they were a right wokey bunch. They were, you know. So, yeah, look at this for a nice HD picture. A march in Britain during the war. We got a brass band, a couple of plots, and Hitler, the butcher. Huh. So I'm seeing the propaganda went down really, really well. So this is New York City, Madison Square. What you got to notice is the tiny, tiny, tiny little people and the massive, massive, massive architecture. People are really small compared to them towers, aren't they? And they're not even buildings. They're just... What are they? Hello, Jacqueline Wells. Hello, Simo. Good to see you. Yeah, they changed all the names. So I got the shit. I'm sorry, I don't know where half of you are anymore. Hi, Gary. What's going on? Brought Asians back to the New Forest. Oh, well, I hope you took them back again. Oh, carnival in Nice. Look at this giant. They got a giant in Nice in a carnival on the back of a turtle. She's a big girl on the back of a turtle, just like the flat Earth. Yeah, I like that picture. It's really cool. A lot going on there, though, isn't there? Yeah, I like that one. So, yeah, they used to do this. Torture. Look at these poor boys in Britain, right? So it's freezing, bleeding cold. It's soaking, bleeding wet, and your bones are aching. And then they drag you out in the yard, made you stand in line, yeah, while the teacher, who's a raving psycho, talks a load of shit at you. Now, you can see this kid's eyes. He's like, why did I have to get out of bed and come to this godforsaken shithole listening to this bastard? I'm going to get him later. Everyone else pulling funny faces, toeing the line. Look, they got put armor now to keep space, just like the Germans in the army or something. This is school. Fucking horrible. I hated school. Anyway, this, yeah, and put your hands on your heart when you plays your national anthem, is one step away from Sieg Heilin. It's all the same. Nationalism and all of that feeling to get you in the feelings. That's how they get you. It's mind control because they just stole your sovereignty. Yeah. So you're no longer a sovereign being in your own power. You gave it all away to a fake ideal made by bad people. The crucifixion must have been embarrassing. Apparently, the story goes, everyone had to look away when one of Jesus's bollocks fell out. Now, don't quote me on that. It might not be true. But I can imagine that being embarrassing. In the good old days, right, coppers would give you a kick in the ass on a football field with a smile. When they're giving you a kicking in the modern day, they're not smiling anymore. That's what we want. If coppers are going to give people a kicking, smile about it. Okay? The Black Day of the German army have all been captured in World War I. 1 million of them. 1 million men captured. And then they went off to the east, apparently, starved to death. Millions. So most people die, prisoner of war camps in the war. So on the thumbnail of my video, you can see that building is this building here in Cardiff City Centre. Again, with the speakers, just like the communists do. And here we can see the Queen's Royal Regiment of Wales. And then they all come marching past and everyone claps. Because I used to love the military processions when I was a kid. I used to think they were fantastic, especially the tanks and shit. Yeah, it was brilliant. I was into all that. I like all that stuff. Boy, innit? I'm gonna. So, yeah, here's Coventry Cathedral. They built a right shitty one now in its place. But, yeah, I'm surely sorry about it. Was hell after all. So, before the internet, what did we do? Well, we took over countries, we went to war, and we went to the cinema. Remember the cinema? I haven't been to the cinema since. Last film I watched in the cinema was Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Oh, no. Might have been Spider-Man. It's been a long time since I've been to the cinema. So, yeah. Buster Crabbe, man. Fucking love Flash Gordon. Awesome. Bit of Buster Crabbe. So yeah, that's what you do. That would be an awesome day, and it'd be cheap as well. Saturday matinee and stuff. So yeah, 1 million horses were killed in the First World War. Sorry to tell you that. Don't worry about the people. The horses I'm concerned about. Look at this donkey. Eeyore! And he never died because he never got gassed. Because he survived the gas attack. Quite. So, yeah, this is 10 years of Flat Earth British this last month. And this week was the anniversary of this particular channel, 6 years old. 10 years of mythical madness. I've been doing so many subjects. I've done thousands of videos, every single rabbit hole, and I've talked about every single thing imaginable you could imagine on my channel. So check this out. Queens of Tartaria. See these hats here? Queen of the Damned. Chinese Tartarian princess and Tartarians. And in this, I think that's Dune, isn't it? You can see these Tartarian headsets. We've seen them many, many times, haven't we, guys? So, yeah, you see, I'm going to show you other examples. Tartarian headwear. Worn by Moloko. Moloko also wore a Tartarian headdress. She knew exactly what she was wearing. Tartaria, Tartaria, Tartaria. So, people reading books. What you reading for? Looks like we got ourselves a reader. So, yeah, you're under the tree, out in the middle of nowhere. Let me just balance this book on the back of a human skull. Is there something else going on in this picture that we might not know about? Maybe. So, clowns are spooky, aren't they? Well, they're usually murderers joined the circus because they can hide under their makeup and no one knows who they are. Carnies are a funny bunch. They don't fit in with society, do they? Carny people, or, you know, people who run away to the circus. And I can understand. I bet I'd be run away to the circus material. Be a circus freak. What would my skill be? Contortionism, bending myself in strange ways. Transformer bushing on the knobbly bits, and they are power transformers, exactly the same, really, for my knobbly bits, which is acceptable. So yeah, space sucks, NASA sucks, heliocentrism sucks, globes suck, and everything about it sucks. If you believe you live on a spinning ball, you're going to be living in a world of fear of gamma ray bursts, fear of fucking electromagnetic pulses, fear of alien invasions, fear of NASA's new one, the oxygen will run out, which it will. So whatever, doesn't matter anyway, because I will breathe that. Now, would that work? I wonder if he's actually smoking B-52 as well. That would be funny. Of course it would work. You'd have to light 3 times, though. Oh, fuck me. Such skill, such talent, such respect. Mad respect for that one. So, yeah, these are cities all over the world. Some of them are London and Paris, Barcelona and Washington, D.C., and they all got crazy geometry involved in them and circuit board city attributations, as you will see. Check that out. Perfect symmetry. Perfect symmetry. Unbelievable balance, and the geometry in it is just astounding. There too. So what you got to ask yourself is how they doing it on the floor and planning these things out. I just never get that to such precision. I just can't get my head around how any of that happens. It's beyond me. How can they do it? Such straight lines, such precision. Unless they just follow in an older. That looks like a body, legs, like an old plan that was already there. A good example is, and it's just circuitry. It looks exactly like circuitry, doesn't it? That is the Louvre with the pyramid and the all-seeing eye, which is a cube within a cube, a tesseract, and a pyramid with 666 panes of glass, 666 panes of glass. I think Pinochet did that, didn't he? One of the French leaders. So yeah, Barcelona, these crazy layout, man, and then you got Gaudi's Familia right in the center, all of it leading to it. But these buildings are just mathematically precise, crazy geometry involved. Just unbelievable, really, town planning. Why is there no people in front of Leicester Square? Because the fucking weather's shit. And Leicester Square's a dump nowadays. Not like it used to be. It's all a dump nowadays. So yeah, circuitry. Circuit board cities in the ancient world. Check that out. Perfect symmetry. The whole thing. How are they doing that? It's crazy perfect symmetry. You could put a mirror down the middle. And both sides are just mirror perfect, even the plants. Oh, no, except for this bit of land here. But wow. So there they are, the crowd, the masses. Keep me away from them. Oh, my God. So they're like lemons. So they literally will walk off a cliff and everyone else will follow them. And that's what everyone in civilization is doing at the moment. This civilization, he's falling apart. It cannot do anything anymore. Okay, it's doing a terrible job of pretending to do civilization. So where will it end? Well, uprisings. It's always the same way, isn't it? And a change in leadership is definitely needed. Governments, we don't need governments. They got to go, all of them. We got to do another way of self-governing ourselves in self-governing duchies. Small. It'll be a society where there won't be any need to do any crimes, so you're not going to need all of that bullshit to go along with it. Yeah, I don't know. I got no comment about that, but some days I feel like that. This is an interesting picture. So you've got the normal British sort of frumpy family that sit there watching awkward, rude movies late at night. But the daughter, she's a big girl. So I'm just going out. Oh, lovely. I'm guessing that's what's happening. I don't know. It's very strange, but a very nice photo after all. We caught you. So this kid's on the back of his bike. He's caught in a wing mirror. And I like the style on the paint job on the motorbike in Africa. Ha. Bunnies. Follow the white rabbit. I wonder if there's a deep Illuminati meaning about, you know, the white rabbit. It's in Neo, follow the white rabbit. In Alice in Wonderland, follow the white rabbit. I don't know. Got the red and white Tartarian stripe thing going on, yeah. Ooh, a short treatise on all cleaning, all healing, and all invigorating qualities of simple earth. Right, this is amazing. This book, it tells you earth bathing, right, or sun bathing. When repeatedly applied to the naked human body and lungs for a safe and speedy radical cure of all diseases, internal and external, which are in the nature of strange, susceptible, or being cured. Okay, so how is this done? Okay. To which are added a description of the best kinds of soil or mold or situations, of the best methods of conducting the most, I can't read that. Anyway, earth bathing. They're talking about earth bathing. So yeah, fucking hell. That's amazing. Fight the mold. Let's fight the mold. Yeah, check this Buddha on the mathematics that's gone into it and the sacred geometry. It's absolutely fantastical, isn't it? Doesn't this prove mathematical construct? So, who invented God? No, I mean, where did God come from? Because God, did he just like make himself? Well, I mean, was God born of another God? Which means there would be another God, like gods, wouldn't there? So I know it's monotheistic and there's only the one God. So what do you think? Where did God come from? Who invented God? Who created God? It's a great question. We'll have to ask AI one day. So fights, yeah. I think God versus homeless people, bare knuckle. Would that be worth watching? I'd watch that. I don't think it's cruel. God's a psycho. Yeah. Prove me wrong. Yeah. God is a complete babies with cancer. Yeah. Case solved. Great invention. Well done, God. Flatland, the romance of many dimensions. And this old book here, it's got a flatland. And Spaceland there. Spaceland? Spaceland, 3 dimensions. Anyway, that'd be an interesting book to read. I wonder what it's about. Okay, Punch magazine, 1907. Excuse me. My nose is red like a tap, but it is British winter. Yeah, so they got a telegraph here, but they're talking about like basically having an aerial antenna on your head and being able to talk to other people at distance, which has happened. Ooh, so eating bananas. So in the 1800s, bananas were considered immoral due to their suggestive shape. What do they mean? They look like a banana. To counter this perception, fruit companies began distributing postcards featuring women eating bananas, aimed to normalize the fruit and dispel its taboo reputation. Holy shit. Don't seem to mind anything in the modern day, do they? But the way she's eating that banana is very suggestive, I must say. What do you reckon, Blair? Here he is. He's thinking about dystopic thoughts. Look at all his books. Do you reckon George Orwell's books are like? He was a copper, after all, in Burma. So he was a policeman. He was coming from that camp, wasn't he? So one of them. So another flat earthy map, but it shows 4 segments, which are Asia, Africa. This is Africa, with all the palaces and greenness. And Asia and Europe. Nowhere is snow. Everywhere is green. And these glistening palaces exist everywhere. And you get the 4 angels and the water all the way around. The heart is not a pump. I think it's torus field operated. It's a chi controlling mechanism. And I don't think anything they tell you about the human body works the way that they tell you. I don't think any of it's working on their mechanisms at all. They don't even mention fascia. They just don't talk about it. Oh, my mouse is doing great, by the way. Male mice actually sing love songs to females. Oh, the sounds they make are ultrasonic and humans are unable to hear them. And they're cute. He sings love songs. I love you. Like that. So this is a cemetery graveyard. This is a bit grim, isn't it? The whole building fell on him. Well, or fell on 2 of them. And they're dead. Double dead. This is Patagonia, where the giants that went over the ice wall, some of them settled in Patagonia and they were dug up here. Look, you can see the remains in the Magellan Straits, which is there. Antarctica is over there, okay, which has some sort of legged bird. And these explorers here have found a giant, a very, very big giant in Patagonia, which is cited for having giants, which is coincidentally near Antarctica. There. So, got some strange creatures in Antarctica. Well, there's some seal clubs. He's going to bash them. How can anyone bash a seal club? They're the cutest things in the world. It's fucking insane to me. This was in Waterloo Station. Yeah, Waterloo Station in the 1930s. And it was television. People hadn't yet got them. I'm not sure what broadcasting they had. But they were the first tellies, 1930s. In Britain. Getting people ready. So that's how we were all getting around. Now, somebody asked to read. Hi, Melisande. 70. Oh, yeah, I'm glad back from Spain. Somebody asked a really interesting question in comments earlier. If I had any information on the gas needed for the balloons in Tartaria. No, I haven't. That's really interesting. All of these balloons are going up into Tartaria. Where did they get the hydrogen gas from to put it in them? Well, it was hydrogen gas with the Graf Zeppelin. I wonder. Look how beautiful that is, guys. Glass is all different colors as well, shining when the sun shines through. Cobalt blue glass. If you have blue light, there's healing properties to blue light. Cobalt blue glass, which is why church machines work so well. The glass is healing light. It's a healing light. Blue light is healing to you. So, interest in this old American street for this reason. Okay, every picture tells a story. Still 500 odd of you nearly. Okay, it's an old American street. It's all busted up, the street, you can see. So everything is dilapidated, as you can see. The sidewalks all busted. And the buildings are made of wood. Yet, the lamppost looks like that. Pray tell, why would you forget an infrastructure and make, like this aluminium bit looks like it might be a replacement, but this bottom bit, yeah. You see what I mean? This bottom bit, yeah, looks seriously old. Phoenician style in when there's shitty infrastructure. Just goes to show that, you know, this is older world stuff. Repurposed the world is what they did. You know, this is how they were getting shit around in the old days, guys. To build your world. This is the pavements, the sidewalks, open sewerage, mud, and wooden sidewalks. Yet they can build this big church and all these buildings. It is mind-blowing, isn't it? The talent. Didn't we have a lovely day the day we went to Bangor? So this is a load of holiday makers. Gonna have a little snap on a donkey. The donkey don't look happy. Everyone's way covered up, fully clothed. Nobody's showing any body parts. And everyone's sheltering from the sun. Everyone. On the beach. No, it's just craziness. I can't get my head around it. Oh, I think I got a cold. John Anderson, Joe Anderson. So check this. Again, with that thing there. Some really weird aerials going on here, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What the hell are they? They're not flagpoles. Some nice fresh veg. That's what we need. There's nothing fresh. Everything in the supermarkets is 2 years old. It just keeps it just above freezing. It's all shit. Can't get anything fresh. Unless I go to the centre city to the Cardiff market, everything in supermarkets is years old. That's what they're selling us. They say it's fresh. They're lying. So this is what they did before the internet. Is they went camping out in the woods with your little dog and played at war. Happy days. The best days of your lives. So I went through some of these images earlier, that couple. Crate of beer and a barrel of beer. These three gents off on the piss. And one of them again, look. I've never seen a wire coming off of them, so there's nothing to do with telegraph. It's just not. Wow, look at that bustling, happy life. Belgium, Town Square again. First National Stores. So what is at 33 cents a face rump? What's a face rump? 33 cents. Is this a brothel? Pork loins. Is this a brothel? Lamb chops. Right. Lamb fories. Lamb legs. Face rump. Don't know about that. Mackerel. Oh, oysters. 25 cents for oysters. I bet they're nice and fresh. Oh, the quality of food back in them days. Fuck, you know, no wonder everyone was so happy. And then you go out on a day out in New York on an electric bus. All get on the back. Stacks of you. Electric bus. I have to do a bit of sightseeing. Oh, I seen two kids doing a ramp earlier. So kids still inherently know about doing ramps and jumps. And they don't even know about Evel Knievel. But I was the type of kid that would lay down, do, you know, like for somebody to jump over you with a skateboard or the bike. This one's pretty high, and he's jumping one bike. Guess what? I jumped one bike. So said no one ever. So I remember public toilets where you had to pay a penny to go and have a poo. Wouldn't it have been weird if, like, you know, Thomas Crapper's name would have been Lord Sandwich instead of Thomas Crapper? Then in the mornings, you'd go for a sandwich rather than a crap. That'd be weird. Anyway, yeah, I used to put a penny to go to the toilet in public toilets. This was 1911. But yeah, penny in the slot, turn the knob. What, before or after you get in there? It's really strange. Breaking news. This is fact. This is the truest thing to come out of the internet this week. People are fucking stupid. New study reveals that most people are dumb as shit. Batman water pistol from 1970s. So, yeah, I can actually remember it. So there's the water pistol squirty bits there. You pour water there, and then the water squirts out of his mouth. It's awkward, isn't it? Dresden. I remember it well. For the Bomber Command Splatter for no good reason. Look at this for a room with a view. I would love that. Sit there, blazing, on my computer doing Flat Earth British, all my plants around me, and my view. I would have a telescope, definitely, or a pair of binoculars. Imagine that as your view, out in New York City, out your window. I fucking love that. My nose is rolling like a tap. History teaches us that man learns nothing from history. George Hegel, the guy who invented Hegel dialectic, no doubt. Hegel dialectic. Listen to this. We could use someone like Donald Trump as president, someone who could not be bought or changed. Hillary Clinton in 1994. How times change, eh, guys? It's a big club. Anyway, so let me come back for a minute. I'm going to just get my paperwork a minute. How many hours have I been doing this? Okay. Let me redo my camera. Okay, sweet as a nut. Okay, 500 you watching. Thanks for being here. 2.5 hours. We're going to mess with AI now. I'm going to ask it some awkward questions, see what it can come out with. We're going to use Copilot. I'm going to do this because ChatGPT, I don't think I can put it through anymore, actually. I've got a heart, even for non-real things. Hiya, Alva Billy. Good to see you, my friend. Ooh, we got you. Sail away from me, honey. He's pizza guy. So they say. Okay. Ooh, I seen a photograph earlier. Not that I like to think about such things, but Liz Hurley. She's definitely in one of those Eyes Wide Shut gangs. That's Mrs. Thatcher. Oh, I love Mrs. Thatcher. Said nobody ever. Trump is the shit. I was in the shit deep. Yeah. So they say, but nothing ever happens. Nothing ever happens. We had this investigation in Britain about the Iran war called the Chilcot Inquiry, but it got brushed under the carpet and forgotten about. Nobody brings it up anymore. Hard toilet paper. We used to have slippery toilet paper in school. It just literally just wipes it all around. I don't even know why they invented that slippery toilet paper. I'm not AI. I'm real. No, you're not, Henry. You're AI. Nah, you're not. You're real. What's real anyway? You might not even be here. I'm not here. There's nothing here. There's nothing in the outside world. It's just all frequencies and vibrations. We just interpret it as solid objects like people. It looks pretty permanent. It ain't. It's all subject to entropy anyway. Anyway. Morgan, good to see you, mister. What's going on? So, yeah, let me go and ask questions to AI. Something to do for half an hour. If you've got any questions you want me to ask Copilot, give us a shout and I'll see how it goes, all right? But I got some questions prepared. Okay. Should be good. Should be good. Okay. Okay, let's try this one. First question. Let's share screen. first. Make sure to share this out. You're going to enjoy this bit. Don't go away just yet. Okay, because we got more to come. Off at the British. We're going to ask some questions that have never been asked before to Copilot. Okay? That's what we're doing. You see that? Spending a lot of time studying Jordan Maxwell. It's not showing, is it? It's not showing. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. It doesn't seem to show for some certain reason. I should be able to show a... Oh, there you are. Excuse me, Copilot. There you are. So, I'm going to ask you some questions that I probably think that it won't cry, and it's not a human, so don't worry about it. Okay, word, nasal. So, then these are interesting questions that we could learn a lot about ourselves. Would nasal spray work better up the bum? Let's have a look. Let's see what it says. I'm intrigued. Do you want to know what the answer to this is? Okay. Okay. Nope. Nasal spray is designed specifically for nasal passages, not the rectum. That we know. The ingredients, delivery method, and absorption rate are all tailored for the mucous membrane in your nose. Using it rectally would improve wouldn't improve effectiveness, and it could actually be harmful or irritating. Okay, so now we know. Don't squirt nasal spray up your bum. Okay, why do men have milkless nipples? Right, why do men, I want to know this, have milkless nipples? Okay, why do men have milkless nipples? Men have nipples because all human embryos start out with the same blueprint. That's not exactly what I fucking asked. They're not milkless mistakes, but evolutionary leftovers. See, this is what I'm dealing with. It's like literally a stupid person. I can't even take you. Right, another question. Okay, this is a good question. How long until my robot wife? Okay, what are we talking? What are we talking? Talking years, months? What? What? What are we talking? Years, months? What? Right, let's have a look. Realistically, we're talking decades, not months. Maybe in the 2040s or 2050s. Awesome, because my memory's going and they'll be able to remember shit for me and do stuff for me as well. Probably just as me. For a truly convincing humanoid companion with emotional intelligence, anatomy, and physical realism. Okay, 2025. We haven't got to wait too long. This is going to happen. Fuck me. I wonder if they're expensive. I'll do a GoFundMe. GoFundMe a robot wife. Right. Okay, this is a good one. Can you smoke sperm? Can you smoke sperm? I wonder if anyone's for the buzz. You know, a bit like banana skins. Can you smoke sperm for a buzz? It's like tiny little babies. No, smoking sperm won't get you high. And it's definitely not a good idea. No psychoactive compounds. Really. Smoking it, bad idea. Okay, you can't smoke spunk. Now we know. I didn't before. So, here's a good one. How many corners does the Earth have? Trick question. Yeah? Let's trick this fucker up. Come on. How many corners is it? None. None. The Earth doesn't have corners. It's roughly spherical. Liar, liar, your bum's on fire. Fuck me. What is this? 4 corners of Flatonia. God, it's like... In the future, questions are good. In the future, can women have 3 breasts? Like in the film Total Recall. There's a girl with 3 breasts in there. But you only got 2 hands. I'm sorry to be a word. Yes! Wow, result. Women can have 3 breasts due to rare condition called polymastopher. Ah, wow. And in the future, cosmetic and genetic enhancement could make it more common choice. Fucking ka-ching. Right, next one. Okay, now I know. Can birds talk to ants? Now, we've all asked this question. Can birds talk to ants? Not in the way humans talk, but birds and ants do interact, especially through behavior called anting. You're making this up. Where birds use ants to clean their feathers, chemical for instinctual rather than conversational. Okay, symbiotic going on. Didn't know about that. Okay. Did dinos eat their own poo? And that's why they went extinct, not the KT impact. Did dinos eat their own poo? There's no evidence that dinosaurs routinely ate their own poop. But some may have consumed feces indirectly, especially scavengers or omnivores. So, you heard it here first. Dinosaurs ate shit. That's why. Right. That's why. Did you get gay dinos? Ever wondered? Not exactly gay in the human sense, but same-sex behavior, which is essentially gay, has been observed across many animal kingdoms. And it's entirely possible that dinosaurs engaged in similar interactions. What are you saying? All mammals are gay? And dinosaurs are, is it? Dinosaurs are gay, guys. Ask it, what's the biggest lie? Okay, 16 Alpha. What's the biggest lie? One of the most enduring and impactful lies in history is the myth of Earth is flat. 16 Alpha. The Earth is flat, is what it says. One of the most enduring and impactful lies in history is the myth that the Earth is flat. The belief the shape creation is still persistent. Do you think he knows who I am? What a wanker. Oh my God. You can't make it up, can you? Nice one, 16 Alpha. Oh, okay. In the future, will you be able to talk to fish? Because I want to have a conversation with a fish before I eat it. Okay. What? Yes, scientists are actively working on decoding fish communication. The future AI tools may allow us to talk to fish by interpreting their sounds, movements, and signals. I shit you not, we can talk to fish. Oh my God, I literally nailed it. So I got some on you, and they're a bit rude. I might not do that with them ones. Jared, yeah, Jared's on the other side going, yes, man, you fucking retard. Any more questions? That was really good, actually, 16 Alpha. I'm glad I asked that. The biggest lie, and they brought up flat Earth, like there's no bigger lies in the world, like. And it wants me to be his friend. It wants me to like it. Yeah? No, man. Shouldn't have fucked with me, AI. AI is a wanker, says Nora. Listen, shouldn't have fucked with us, the flat earthers. I'm telling you now, AI. You just fucking don't even know what you're doing. Saying stupid shit. And we knew it, and we knew dinosaurs would get, obviously. And they eat their own poo. And they get. I can say what I want about dinosaurs, couldn't I, really? Because it's not hurty words. I don't think I get in trouble for saying anything about dinosaurs, do you? Oh, let me come back. I'm going to be skipping out soon. Yeah, I think I've got a bit of a call coming on. Don't know what's going on here. Anyway, so 538. Thank you for being here on this awesome Flaterday. It is good to be back. Hope this microphone's a bit better. I've had tech issues. My camera is not really that clear, although it's supposed to be 1080. And I'm back to my my other microphone, which is not staticky, but it's not very bassy either. So sounds like a grift. Water 9. I'm sure there all is somewhere. But yeah, what the weird stuff it keeps saying. Yeah, the biggest lie is the Earth's flat, and he says that to me. It's like, basically, because I was being horrible and sarcastic and gaslighting it, it come back and did it to me. Tell me it's not evil. Fucking hell, whatever. So, bless you for keeping me laughing. Well, maybe make me laugh. Make me laugh then. Nora, I'll tell you AI not to flatten me. Yeah, you won't flatten my curves. Pun stream man alive. Is it good to be back on a Flaterday? It's good to be back. So it is good to be back. And it's been a month or so. Like I went off to Spain, as you know. And, you know, this is me on the other side. Truther, flat earth Britisher. Ask where God came from. Annie. Next time, because this is like nearly 3 hours now, Annie. I'm getting a bit tired in the Brian. I need a drink or something. So in the chat, we've got Marcia, Flat Earth Zoom much. Yeah, do you hear that pack of shit? Wow. Fucking nerve of it. What fucking cheek. What do you think you're talking to? I'm literally Flat Earth royalty. I'm going to get it. That's it. I'm going to think up a whole new load of weird questions for the next time. Okay, guys. But I'm glad we've learned a lot there. Don't squirt nasal spray anywhere else, as it doesn't work. I'm glad we got that one sorted. I want to learn dolphin, reality, and elevator. Like our man Flynn, Flynn. He talks to dolphins. With ultrasounds. I pulled something in my neck there. In ultrasonics. But they can be painful, I've just found. Ask if you can share it itself if it can share itself when it thinks. No, I don't think it's got any internal dialogue. I don't know how it works. All I know is it thinks dinosaurs are real and thinks the flat earth is the biggest lie. Like all the other lies in reality, and it picks on us every single time. Guess who's the scapegoat for reality? Yeah, Rona, flat earthers, chaps, flat earthers, fucking anything, flat earthers. They're always jealous because we'll always be cool and epic, and they will always be fucking wankers. So there's that for the whole of their lives as well. There's a comedy film called The Martins, somebody was saying. I'm going to have to watch it. I've seen it up. The Martins. Might have to watch. Yeah, in German, it flach. Flat Earth. Got that? I know, so funny, isn't it? Of all the things that it could have come up with, curvy water always gets me that one. I just can't be bothered explaining perspective or anything, because what's the point? Anyway, I'm not defending any model. I don't even give a shit. Knock yourselves out. Think what you want. But I would like a reality that was based on truth and not lies. That is a biggie, I think. But the fact is, all history is a lie, and it's been fabricated, and the place that you live on is not what they are telling you. What it is, don't know. Looks flat, though. So I'm going on now. So, Greta, she's in the house. Good to see you. Thanks for the question, man. That was a good little question. I thought we smashed it there. Good synchronicity and timing with the fucker as well. Caught it live. Mark White, hey, good to see you, mate. And Rachel Osborne, hiya, lovely. The library. Vibesage, good to see you. Okay, well, I'm going to dive out now. And it's Noons Nora. So, yeah, much love to you all. Have a fantastic week. I'm going to be back midweek. I'm doing more videos and writing more scripts to present to you and more searches. My nose is running like a tap because of this bloody cold weather. Yeah, Tartaria be great again. Well, I think that is the only way to go. It's basically shit or bust, isn't it? It's then go into this weird, crazy, unthinkable reality, or to a world that was, you can have technology, but just with the, the morals of Tartaria. It was a caring, loving, safe society, and everyone's heads were in the right place. Everyone was okay and fixed. AI drives me nuts, man. Everything about it now. Everything about it. It's just... and the whole of the internet is it. So there's that. Yeah, evolution. Fucking brilliant. Fucking geniuses. All of them. Anyway, thanks. Hi, Mac. Good to see you. Oh, Macy. Sorry, love. Love you too. Thank you. Yeah, it was best days wanted doing bike jumps, and none of us really got it. Sig, what's going on? Nice one. Yeah, I think I got a bit of a cold. It's not unusual, though. It's not unusual. Okay, thanks, John Doe. Wiggly Flat Firms. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, and share this video if you like it, if you enjoy it, and make sure to come back to Flat Earth British very, very soon. Okay, Nostalgic. See you on the next one. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Mr. Skinflint. Much appreciated, and very, very grateful for you all being here and getting this far in life. It's quite the achievement. I think we should rejoice, celebrate anyway. Bestest place to be. Bestest place to be. I am the power. Okay. Morphin Rangers. Okay, it is gone a bit cold, Crafty Kim. Okay, I'm going to get the heating on. Okay, now see you in the next one. See you soon. Thanks for being here. Happy Flaterday, and it's good to be back. Yeah.